Okay, sorry, I was just intrigued by that. Restart. 3, 2, 1. Energy. Shut up. Energy. Focus. Energy.
Ben, go when you're ready.
3, 2, 1. Dun, 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 dun. Good evening. Welcome to Channel 2 News. I'm Ben Petrie, your anchorman for tonight. To start off things, we're going to go back in time. In 1651, Parliament passed the first of the Navigation Acts. This act had 3 parts. Shipments from Europe to English colonies has to go through England first. And the imports to England from the colonies had to come in ships built and owned by British subjects. The colonies could sell key products such as tobacco and sugar only to Europe. We now go back to an interview Mitchell Damage had with a person who had found a way around the Navigation Acts. Mitchell?
I'm standing here with Dave Smith. Dave, how you doing?
Doing good, Mitchell, but I'm kind of in a hurry.
All right, we'll make this quick. What's here in the box?
Well, I got some sugar, and like I said, I have to get going.
All right. Hold on, Dave. What do you plan on doing with this sugar? Dave.
Mitchell was okay. He spent 13 weeks in a hospital. On a better note, let's head out to Taylor UC with the traffic report.
Hello, Ben. Are you there? Sorry, this Philadelphia wind is terrible.
That's all right, Taylor. How's the port traffic today?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. This British boat is holding things up, but hopefully it will clear. Back to you, Ben.
Fine. Thanks. Now to Taylor, what's going on?
Boat has hit a large rock and is sinking. The scene is terrible. I can't describe the horrors I'm seeing.
Powerful stuff, Taylor. Now we will move on to something you don't see every day, a political cartoon. In 1754, Ben Franklin created a political cartoon that was published in the Pennsylvania Gazette. He tried to convince American colonies that they would have power if they united against the French expansion in North America. Recently, there was a violent war going on in the Ohio River Valley between the French and the British. There were Native American allies on both sides of this war. In the first 2 years of this war, the French dominated. The French dealt a deadly blow when they defeated the British at Fort Necessity. They did after the victory on the Plains of Abraham.
Thank you, Ben. I'm here with British Commander William Pitt. Nice to meet you, Will. Ever since you've been in command, the British have had several victories. Can you, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank the boys back home for sending us money and funding us, getting us better resources, weapons, leading some victories. That's about it.
All right.
And hold on, I'd like to thank the generals that I've chosen, who've all had great track records. That's why I chose you, for just leading our armies to victories over these past couple of years.
All right. Why are you fighting over the Ohio River Valley? What's so important about the Ohio River Valley?
Great resources to start off. Good river for trades, fur trades, and I know our Native American allies love all the resources there, and great farmland. You know,
Great farm.
You got the river right there, and it's good water supply. Keep going.
All right. What are you going to do in the future in future attacks, in future wars? What are you going to do?
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
All right.
We've won a couple battles now, so we're just gonna keep on pushing, see how it goes, and hopefully get to Montreal and finally end this war and have peace among these 13 colonies.
All right. Go get them.
I'd like to thank you
I'd like to thank
for
you
having
too.
me on this interview. And once again, thank you, King. I serve you.
Alright. I'm Mitchell Delmodge. Back to you, Ben. Oh! Ah!
Looks like violence in the ORB is intense right now. The British went on to capture Montreal, ending the conflict in North America. The Treaty of Paris ended the war between Britain and France. We will now bring in our legal specialist, Taylor Roche, to help me explain the events that took place.
Hello, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing great, Taylor, thanks. Now to business. Just a year ago, the French had ceded, which means surrendered. Now us colonists were so happy, many of us began to move to the great western frontier that had opened up when the French lost. What did the British do that surprised so many?
Well, there's this new thing called the Proclamation of 1763.
Now, could you explain to our viewers what that is?
Sure thing, Ben. The proclamation closed off the frontier to colonial expansion. The king and his council presented this to promises of Native Americans who thought the land was going to be taken.
Yes. Do you think is there any other reasons why this proclamation was made?
Sure, I think the British did this so that it would be easier to pin the colonies against the Atlantic, where they would be easier to regulate.
Now I have a friend, Ernie, who lives in the Native American territory. Would he have to move?
Yes, all the colonists who live west of this boundary must pick up their stuff and leave their homes behind.
Do you think the colonists will be mad and protest the proclamation?
Yes, the protests have already begun all over the colonies, and it is possible that they will lead to bigger events of protest.
Well, it looks like the first of many conflicts between the British and the colonists. Thanks, Taylor, for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
Now we go to Jessica McDonald with weather. Jessica McDonald?
There's a heavy rainfall here in Boston. Shipments in the harbor have slowed down.
A large shipment of sugar is coming in from England today. Has it arrived?
No, it has not, but there is a large crowd around the harbor awaiting the arrival of the ship. There are rumors that the Parliament passed a new law called the Sugar Act, which puts a duty import tax on many products, including sugar.
Could this lead to further riots?
It looks that way. I'm Jessica McDonald, reporting from Channel 2 News.
Keep going.
Thanks, Jessica. Is Jessica McDonald or There are now reports that the Sugar Act is now being enforced all over the colonies. Also rumors of 2 new laws being put in place by the Parliament. The first is called the Quartering Act. Reportedly, colonists are supposed to house 10,000 soldiers in the colonies. They're supposed to feed them and supply them with other supplies. If this is true, there will most likely be riots all over the colonies. Also, it was reported that merchants in New York, Boston, and Philadelphia have begun to organize boycotts of certain British goods. I will say a word or phrase, and you choose A, B, C, or D. So now we will start. What is the definition of a petition? Is it A, an organized campaign to refuse to buy goods, B, a written request to a government, C, surrendered, or D, a division of a power of government into separate branches? Just give you some time to think about it. If you guessed B, you were correct. Delegates from 9 colonies met in New York for the Stamp Act of Congress. They sent a petition, there's the vocab word, we all know what that is now, addressed to the King in the Parliament that demanded the end of the Sugar and Stamp Acts. Hint 1. What is the definition of an alliance? Was it A, an agreement between countries to help each other against other countries, B, the start of a war, C, a country that is controlled by a king, or D, the hefty price of goat milk? I'll let you give some time to think about that. If you guessed A, you are correct. The colonists disagree with many things that the British do. It is very possible that one day the colonies could unite and stand up to Britain as one large army. Ben Franklin had that idea when he made the Join or Die cartoon. He said if all colonies joined together that they could be powerful. We will see what the future holds. I'm Ben Petrie, thanking you for tuning into Channel 2 News. You keep on chugging.